We've had our breakfast, took the puppies out for some smell-o-vision time, and now we're going to hit the road. Going north. Of course, Mickey's on the bark. Mickey's on the bark and we're on the roll. Now, it's insane what they say that, what's going to happen in San Diego with shooting missiles onto a military base. It's something, this is normal. It's what they do, and it's not what they do. Now, I know out where I live, it's a missile base. And they will once in a while, I guess, shoot missiles. I've never been on that road when they've done that. They close part of that road down for about an hour when they're having missile happenings. But the timing of this, and then they said it's the Marines' birthday thing, that type of thing. It's not. The Marines thing is not until November. So again, it's a bunch of, crap. Just more lies, more spin, more hate. And then Johnson's out there saying, I want to be happy, Mike. Why don't the Democrats just let this go through so I could be happy, Mike? Yeah, why don't you tell the Repugly Uglies to do the right thing? Yeah, no. Okay. No, won't do that. I'll blame it on the Democrats the whole time. They're making me unhappy. Of course, I'm running roughshod for a pedophile, for a thief, a con man. And I'm going to blame the Democrats that actually want to do something good for the people. I'm going to lie through my teeth. And this guy calls himself a Christian. And then the things coming out from the young Republicans, I love Hitler. Yeah. You read some of those texts, 100% racist, hating. It's beyond. And they call themselves Christians. Yeah. Kill the Jews. The Jews killed Christ. Christ was a Jew. Idiots. How quickly they forget. Christ was Jewish. Then again, he came to reform Judaism to give them something higher because it was so dark. He wanted to give them something more, something better. Than their skewed ideology of craziness that was going on. Things are just so screwed up. And they never want to talk about what Christ's message actually was. It's always the Old Testament. Okay? They would string Jesus up immediately. He's woke. We don't want that woke crap. Yeah. We want our Jesus, you know, the one that says go to church and carry an AK-47. We want that guy. Yeah. We want the ones that preach hate and bow down to the golden calf and putting ego on a pedestal. We want that guy. It's just the craziness. But the more you see this insanity, the more desperate you know Trump is. The more of a failure that he sees himself. Okay? Because they're shining a light on his failures. He actually even said, I don't think I'm getting into heaven. Gee, think. He knows within himself he's a criminal. He's always been a criminal. And now, when it's getting time to pay the piper, now he's starting to freak out. But this is one thing he can't get out of, okay? This is something he can't get out of. You leave the physicality of form, and your consciousness goes to the level where you're at, and his consciousness is dark. He's not going to a land of light. He fears the light. Okay? So in his case, it's like the Bible says, there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Yep. It's going to be all God's fault that he couldn't get away with all his crimes, that he just can't skate scot-free. He may get away with them in one way while he's on this planet, but doesn't mean he's gotten away with anything in the end. And the closer he gets to leaving time, the more insane he's going to get. But even he knows he's screwed when it comes to that. Anybody that goes out and holds the Bible upside down, and the minister of the church there says he's never been there. And the one time he had to listen to a minister, he's sitting there gnashing his teeth when they're saying, you know, why don't you have a little compassion? Compassion and empathy are weakness in his thing. People are disposable. He's got no clue what it's like not to live with a silver spoon in your mouth, to be handed everything, and still be a loser. Unbelievable. But he's about to find out. Major reality check of what frame of mind the people are in that he's, done all these horrible things to. Yeah. Major. Got another inspection station up here. We'll see if this one's open. Now, there was a border patrol in Elephant Butte. I saw that he was there. So maybe this one's actually got people working. Maybe because we're actually stopping up here. So yeah, it looks like there must be people working up here this time because we're not just rolling through. Anyway, on that note, I'll leave that here for now, but those Republicans that are being indoctrinated into all this hate, they need to get a clue soon. You know, when you're a hater, you're not living a happy life. You're not. When you've got to distance yourself from everyone and try to put yourself on a platform, that's not a happy person. So on that note, I'll leave that here. And we're going to continue to pedal on up the road, and we'll see you online.